What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today we're checking out Bermuda Lost Survival. This is more or less my first impressions of the game. As I understand it, it's kind of an amalgamation of the game Raft mixed with Stranded Deep, so you'll be diving down to the bottom to like harvest wrecks and stuff like that in order to make your base bigger and safer and more badass. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the game and let's check this thing out and see whether it's worth your time as an indie title. Let's do this thing! So here we are, we're on our little raft. We've got a knife that appears to be made out of a pterodactyl's beak and some survival rope. I assume we've got some food over here. Okay, we've got some medkits over here. We've got a sleepy pod over here. Okay, I don't know if I could sleep in this environment. I get seasick real easy, I'll be honest with you. I don't get motion sick, but I do get seasick pretty badly. And then we've got our crafting crate, so as we load stuff inside of here, it'll allow us to build more things. For right now, sticks, planks, scrap, metal, and seaweed are probably going to be the things we want to get after. So let's move on out. Ain't no time like the present. On top of that, there are other things we can craft, like we can upgrade and craft our knife in order to get things like planks and sheet metal. We're probably going to need to make ourselves an axe, and so the first thing we're going to need is some sticks. And then we're also going to need some rocks. So down here on the seabed, we find ourselves some rocks. We'll go ahead and grab that. The animations do seem a little bit stiff. This is the earliest iteration of the game, so I don't know if that's a point that I can really harp on just yet. But be warned, the animations in this game are definitely a little bit rough. I want that rock right there. So there's our 5 stones. We've got to go, there's a ship over and on this side. As of right now, the game is not procedurally generated. Stuff should more or less be where it is every single time you play the game. On the right-hand side, we've got our air, we've got our water, we've got our chickens, we've got our mental health, and we've got our physical health. I'm gonna harvest off some sticks from right here. And if we go down to our crafting menu right here, we can make ourselves an axe now. And so now we've got an axe. The axe changes what we can actively harvest off of these areas. And so the knife allows us to get sticks, and it allows us to get things like plants and seaweed and stuff like that. The axe is going to allow us to get sheet metal and planks and all of that kind of fun stuff. So let's get to work harvesting off of here. This is basically going to be, I think, an endless resource. I don't know if we're going to harvest this entire boat for planks, but that being said, it should be pretty easy to get our hands on an amount of planks that would be suitable to get our job done. Oxygen level is getting a little bit low, so we may want to head back up towards the surface, which we can do with the space bar, I think. Let's go ahead and do that. We will resurface. There's a shark back over here, but I think he's circling around. I don't think he's gonna, oh, there's a bunch of sharks out here. Man, sharks are not good for business, dude. This is basically my nightmare in life. You guys have no idea how irrationally afraid of sharks I am. It's all Jaws' fault, man. I saw Jaws when I was like 10, and ever since then, the ocean is a horrifying place that I don't want to be. So we need sticks and we need planks in order to make ourselves some wooden platforms so that we can start to build a base. In addition, we're also going to need some scrap metal, and I think we can get that from like, oh my god, that's a shark right there. Let's maybe not go near him for right now because I think he probably wants to do bad. I don't think he has altruism in his heart. Like, I don't think that that shark is thinking about all the cool ways that he could crochet us like a birthday present. I'm pretty sure he's mostly focused on murder for right now. So, let's harvest some metal off of these big old crates here. Boom, 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 boom. Let's do this thing. Let's bang these things on out. So, there's 5 metal right there. I'm going to try and get as much metal as I can possibly get before we have to go back up to the surface. We probably want to focus on getting the bare necessities before we go any further. Are there any sharks or anything around? Oh, there's a sharky right there. Go away, shark. Leave me alone. I don't like you or your entire sharky brood. We could pick up a stick right there. Sure, why not? Pick up a plank. Yep, that sounds good. We can also get another plank from right there, or we can harvest these dudes right here for probably a decent amount of planks. I'm going to give it a go. Oh, we're getting scrap metal from this as well. Well, that is just A-okay. I accept that. It's so good that I've assigned a letter to it. If there's A-okay, is there a B-okay, which is like kind of okay, but not quite? You're like, oh, this is B-okay. Like, it's still okay. Like, you don't really have a complaint about it. And at what point does it like C-okay or D-okay or E-okay that you start to have real issues with the situation? Like, real problems with the way that things are arrayed in front of you, you know what I mean? I figure it's got to be like F-okay. Like, F-okay is the part where I'm starting to sense a little bit of hostility in your classification method. There we go. So we got a few more planks. I'm going to go back up towards the surface because I don't want to suffocate today. I don't want to suffocate at all. Now, I don't know what kind of stuff we're going to craft today in our little quest, but I assume we're going to put something good out here. Yeah, give me a little bit of oxygen right there, which sounds like something that Billy Mays would be selling. So we've got another thing over here that looks like a plane of some kind. or some kind of missile or something over there. I don't know what that is, but I can tell you this. What we really need is we need sticks and we need planks so we can start building our base, and also so that we can line up on our new crafting bench so that we can get ourselves some new crafting materials. So let's dive down to the bottom here. Let's harvest off of here, and once I feel like I've got enough stuff, we'll come back with this episode and we'll start the construction. So to the surface we go. I think I've managed to get about 50 sticks and about... oh, I don't know. It looks like we got a pretty decent quality of planks. I mean, we should have enough to at least get something started up here. So let's go back up and let's take a look at this construction system and see how it works. I assume there's going to be like some snapping, maybe some fidgeting, maybe some moving some stuff around. So we've got 52 planks. We've got like 37 sticks. We've got some sheet metal. I think we should make the workshop first. So let's go ahead and craft a workshop very rapidly. There goes our workshop. It's doing its thing. I don't know what we're going to be able to make out of all this, but we're going to give it a go. The workbench allows you to process scrap metal and has blueprints for additional structures and stations. Sounds good to me. We can also make some of these floorboards right here. So I'm going to go ahead and make some floorboards so that we can at least start making a base. But I think we are going to have to farm out a little bit more materials. That's going to take 12 planks and 12 sticks. That's pretty expensive right there. And then I think we go to the hammer, and then, oh, it's got to be in my inventory. Hold on, let's move these over to here. There we go. So now that those are in my inventory, I can now click, and I think I can probably drop these over here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and line them up with the side of the boat so that it's at least sort of flush. And so there it is. And then we've got another floor right there, and we've actually started to build ourselves a little base. Looks nice. Looks nice. I think I should put a workbench like right here. Just something to help out. I don't know what this is going to do for me, but it looks like I can make stairs, a barbecue bucket. It looks like I can make a water distillery, so it distills salt water into drinkable clean water, and you fuel it with sticks and planks. We've got a chest. We've got some other stuff, so it sounds like to me we have more than likely got some more farming to do. I'm going to jump down into the water, and if we can, I'm going to avoid getting bit by a shark today. But let me farm up some more sticks, and then I'm going to farm up some more planks, and then we'll try to find something that's made out of metal too, so that we can make use of that. I don't know if it's faster to just pick stuff up off the bottom, or if it's faster just to whack and hold still. I think it's probably going to be faster just to whack and hold still, so let's do that. So I'm on my way back up to the surface. We farmed a little bit, but I'm going to need to get some metal. Unfortunately, I think we're going to need a lot more metal before this whole thing is going to work. And so my thought is that maybe we go back over. This guy's got the breath capacity of a pearl diver, by the way. Like, holy bejesus, this guy's got breath capacity. I'm actually really surprised. Where was that plane at? I can't see it. But there was a plane around here. I feel like the ocean floor changed on me, and now I'm just confused the whole time. I don't see anything that looks like it's gonna give me metal, which is the problem. I need metal pretty badly. Where did the plane go? There was a plane over here just a minute ago. Deplane. It was over here. And now it's gone, man. Now it's gone, and it's never coming back. See, this is what happens, man. I messed up. I didn't tell the plane I loved it enough. I wasn't like, Planey, I love you. I didn't write him sexy R&B jams. Like, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Is that my thing right there? I think that's my plane right there. Alright, so let's go back up to the surface. I'm going to get some oxygen, and we're going to dive down and see if we can make this happen. Because if we don't get the water distiller, I don't think we are going to have water for much longer. I kind of feel like we're sort of on the edge with this whole water situation. I'd really like to get that resolved before this gets any worse. So, this looks like some kind of, like, prop plane from maybe World War II or something. I don't know. Either way, it's going to give me some metal. Oh my god, I just exploded the plane. Apparently, that was all the metal that I was going to get out of that one. That plane was done with my shenanigans. He's like, alright, I'm leaving. This guy's been smacking me with a hammer now for like the last 20 minutes. So I'm pretty sure this is a place where abuse has become the norm, so I'm out. He bounced. He took off. He actually physically bounced on his way out, too. It wasn't even like, I'm not even joking with you. Like, it wasn't like a metaphorical bounce. It was like a boingy, boingy, boing, like an almost like a pinky in the brain type bounce away. You know what I mean? Can I harvest this right here? What is this right here? Is this metal or is this wood? This looks kind of like wood. I think I'm going to go get it. I'm going to get wood. I'm going to get wood. Oh, it doesn't work. It's wood. That dog don't hunt, unfortunately. Okay, well, I wanted it to. Like I said, doggy, you hunt. And the dog was like, nah. Ah! Shark. I don't want to get bit by a shark. Although, so far, the sharks don't seem to mess with me very much. I thought the sharks were going to be slightly more vicious. Like, I thought they were going to be after my blood. I thought they were going to try and take me, but no. They can't take me, and they just can't shake me. They all try to fake me, but their blood can't slake me. Alright, let's do this thing. We gotta get some more. There we go. Let's get some plankies. Alright, so it looks like I've torn the deck off this piece. I don't think there's anything else left here that's actually going to be. Actually, there's a little bit left over there. And so there are things. Go away, Sharky. Go away. I don't like you. I'm all about marine conservation, but I am conserving my rage right now, and I will unleash it upon you. I will come at you like a kung fu hurricane, shark. You don't even know. I'll be on you like a nunchuck in a storm. You better believe it. Alright, so we need to use our crafting bench for right now. We got some steel and some other stuff laid out in here. I think what I'm going to do is we'll go over to this side, and I need this desalinator like really bad, and so we're going to make the desalinator for right now, because I think that's our first concern. So let's craft one of those. We've got the desalinator. That's a door. We've got chests. It looks like we have a dock, and so it looks like we can upgrade and make new boats maybe. We've got a standing torch. We've got a wooden window. I actually really just want this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this stuff back with me, and now that I've got that, we're going to go to this side, and I'm going to load this all in here. Bam, bam, bam. There it is. And I'm going to need some extra, I think deck flooring is actually the best way to do this. So I'm going to craft all 3 of those just to get it set up so we can have a little bit more foot space as we do this whole thing. I think the game started us out with food, so we're not really got to worry about that too much. I don't know if it started us out with water, though. And so there's our 3 wooden platforms being, wow, you got to farm a lot, man. This game is farm happy, bro. This game is super farm happy. I am going to shift and scroll to move those, okay? Well, then there's the first couple pieces of my deck. I'm going to try and keep everything nice and in order. Can I snap this in right here, or is it just not going to allow that? I don't... Oh, there it is right there. There it was. I found it. We snapped it. Boom. Snap it on up. Snap it on up. Gonna trap it on up when I snap it on up. And I've got that one every time, man. Every time I play a game where I get to build a base, I've got that one plank that's not lined up properly. Got that, 2 planks that are not lined up. You know what? Forget it. I don't even care anymore. It's not even a big deal. And then this desalinator is going to be the next thing that we want to do. So I'm going to put the desalinator. Where do we get that awesome Viking horn? So if I want to use this for the water distillery, I'm probably going to need, like, my inventory has nothing inside of it. Is that because I was crafting fancy schmancy stuff over here? What if I grab this food right here? Does that do anything for me? What did that do? If I'm inside my inventory right now, hunger and thirst. Oh, that's not bad at all, actually. Okay, so I guess I probably got to go tab and then use that. There it is. And so we ate their food, and that's going to help out a little bit. But my assumption is that I'm going to go through this food pretty rapidly. I am going to go over to the salinator, and let's run this thing. I'm going to put some wood boards inside of there, and let's just run this thing. I don't know how much water I'm going to get out of it in the long term, but anyways, hopefully it works out pretty well. I don't know. We're going to need some water before too long, so I'm going to go back down and see if I can't find a few more resources to be had. It is getting darker, which worries me slightly, because I think that sharks are fueled by the night. They're like vampiric sharks, you know what I mean? Them golden crone sharks. I'm a little bit concerned, but hey, let's go get ourselves some goodies and try not to panic about it for right now. We may not be able to do much until morning. Swimming on the bottom of the ocean, picking up sticks 'cause I gutted a ship. Ain't nothing left of that ship that I murdered with my axe. We got to go back up to the surface. I think it's going to be getting a little bit too dark for us to continue this pretty soon. But frankly, this is a very farm-heavy game. That's the one thing that I'm noticing about it for right now, is that you gotta farm for a minute to get stuff done in this game. You got to be out there getting them resources, and I don't know exactly where the game is proposing to go after this. Like, they're going to have to do something, I think, to shake up the mechanics a little bit, because as it stands right now, all you really do is farm and build stuff. My assumption is that they're gonna have to do something, and I'm not really sure. It looks like they're gonna have boats, so maybe you'll be able to take off towards islands or something like that later on. I am going to see how efficient this was over here. So how did this go? How much water have you produced for me? It's produced charcoal. I wonder if I gotta put something specific inside of there in order to make this work. Like, I thought it was gonna produce water, but it mostly just looks like it produced coal. This worries me. What does it say in the description? What do I have to do? I have to put a receptacle or something inside of there? Does salt water is fueled by sticks or planks? Maybe the sticks produce water and the planks produce? I don't know. I'm not really sure. We tried that, so let's try some sticks maybe, and we'll see what happens here. My hope was that it was just going to spit out cups of water, but I guess that might not be the case. I'm going to pick up some supplies, I guess. We only got a little bit to mess around with, but hey, I'm about to do what I'm about to do. So let's use that, and we'll use that. It gives me a little bit more scrap metal, and I think that I'm going to schlep for the night. Sleepy time, sleepy time. I would like to rest. Oh, I got to click that. We'll rest for 7 hours. Let's go ahead, and then I'll do a new save, and then we will rest for 7 hours. But I'm sleeping in the ocean. I hope I don't vomit. That makes sharks come. We've got sunlight, and it's great. I'm going to sing a tropical song all day. So that just gave us that too. I'm slightly interested in what we need to do in order to make the water distillery work. I don't know how I feel about this. Do I need to make like a bucket? I wonder if I have to make like a bucket of some kind. Or like a receptacle. I don't know what I think about this. Let's see here. Scrap metal blueprints. Interesting. I don't know what to think right now. I legitimately don't know what to think. We gotta make the raft bigger, but like I need water too, because our water supply is not going to last much longer. It says that this is a water distillery. So far, all it's made is charcoal. And it won't run off of charcoal, and there's no option to swap what we're making over here. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So there's our charcoal right there. Maybe if I put some wood in it along with some scrap metal. Maybe it needs something to hold the water. Maybe that's what it is. We'll try scrap metal. I'm going to put some scrap metal in there, and I'm going to put some wood in there. And then we'll let it run for a little while, because we got plenty of... Was that there before? I don't know if that was there before. It may or may not. Maybe it needs to run for like a really long time before you get any water out. I don't know. Desalination does take a long time. Let's get back in the ocean and see what we can find down here. Now, it looks like... Were these barrels here before? I don't know. Does stuff respawn? I suppose we're about to find out. I would like to see a sprint implemented too, because I feel like the movement is a little overly slow right now. I feel like the movement is very slow for my character, and I'd like to move a little bit faster, but I'm not going to turn down an opportunity to get some free scrap metal, so you know what? Here it is. 15 scrap metal straight up off the bottom of the seafloor. Barrel manufacturers, why are you littering your excess barrels on the bottom of the ocean, man? Why is that necessary? Don't you have like a, I don't know, like a recycling facility or something? Why you gotta throw them on the bottom of the ocean, though? You'd be like, bro, that's just leftover detritus from a long-forgotten conflict. I'm like, all right, then. Whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever. You have outfoxed me with your historical intelligence, so I'm just gonna, like, walk away. I'm gonna pretend like we were never here, and, like, we never had this conversation. Aight! Okay. I'm thinking the sharks are not really that much of a threat right now. They don't seem to be that aggressive and or territorial, so I'm just going to pretend like they're not bothering me for right now, and I'm just going to go about my business of gathering and harvesting everything I want to have, which is frankly basically the way I go about my business anyways. I mean, if you're not going to focus, like, you got to do like nice things for other people, but sometimes you got to do nice stuff for yourself too, you know what I mean, so the morale doesn't get too low. Every now and again, you got to treat yourself to like a vacation or something, you feel me? You got to do what you got to do. I don't do that because I don't believe in self-improvement and being happy. I believe in being a miserable ball of anxiety all the time. That's how I get things done. But for those of you out there who don't use anxiety as a motivator and also as a ulcer generator, perhaps, just maybe perhaps, you could take a vacation. Ooh, we got sticks now. We got sticks for days. It seems like if I go diagonal, it goes faster. I can't verify that that's like the scientific truth. But like, you know, if you go diagonally holding the spacebar and also the W key, I think you go faster. Now, this is a reasonably simplistic game as for right now. In fact, I don't know if I would charge money for it. The game does cost money on Steam, so that's something you're going to have to take into account. But when you can get games like Raft for perfectly free off of like itch.io and stuff like that, for me, it's a tough thing to hazard, you know what I mean? Like, you can get Stranded Deep for money. You can get Subnautica for money. I think this one might be a little bit off the burner, a tad too early. Well, it doesn't look like it's giving me water right now. Like, I don't see... Maybe I have to put water into it, but how do I get salt water? I don't think it's working. Like, that's just my assumption right now, is that this is definitely not working. It's not doing what I want it to do anyways. And so I'm thinking we're missing a component somehow. I think we're missing a component in some way or another. We've also got a cooking station over here. I would suggest we do that. So let's make a cooking station. What does that take? Scrap metal and sticks? Okay, that's easy enough. Let's make one of those. Maybe this will allow us to make something that'll give us like some water, like seaweed or something. I don't know. I'll put that over here, and then we will take this, and I will put you right there. And then I'm going to rotate the skewers outwards to warn my enemies of what will happen. No, do not deconstruct. Absolutely not do not deconstruct. That upsets me. And so the barbecue bucket, we don't have any recipes in here, so I assume we've kind of just got to figure it out. This one's got a recipe, so I don't know. I don't see anything else in here that looks useful to me. We're not really generating water just yet, so I suppose we just got to hope that our cans of supplies last, and it doesn't look like they're gonna. It doesn't look like they're gonna. I'm going to get a couple of these right here, and if I have scrap metal sticks and some rope, I can upgrade that to the next level. It also looks like the bottle. That would be it then. I need scrap metal sticks and a rope. So we need to make a drying rack. The drying rack is down here, and it takes 4 planks and some sticks. All right, I think I left some sticks in here, so let's go grab some sticks. Let's go grab some metal, and then we'll jump inside of here, and I think I'm going to put those inside of there. There we go. Hell yeah. Get it done. I'm going to make a drying rack. Done. Get that drying rack. What's it? Get that drying rack. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to drop 2 more planks so that I can make myself another standing surface and make this a little bit easier on my life. If we can make some ropes, we can get the bottle, and I think we got to dump the bottle into the distillery. I thought that maybe it would just draw water naturally since there was water bottles on the sides over here. But yeah, my guess is that we got to use the bottle in order to do that thing, so that's cool. Whatever. Works out for me. I need you, sir. Yes, you, sir. And then now that we've got that, cool. I am going to put these flows down. And so there it is with that ice cold flow. And I think I want that to snap right there. Perfecto. Absolutely perfecto. Our raft is growing. It's getting a little bit larger. It does seem a tad rigid. Like it does in some ways worry me. There we go. So what can I do with this? A drying rack. It needs charcoal in order to run. Well, good news, everyone. I've got loads of charcoal, so I don't think this is going to be too much of a problem. Let's take some charcoal off the rack here. And I fell into the water with the sharks again. Fell into the water with the sharks again. I will put that right there. And then I assume that we just have to put something compatible on there with it. So let's go down and maybe see if... I don't know, there's some crates and stuff down here. You can probably go grab that crate, but I think seaweed is going to be the next thing that I really want to harvest off. Can I harvest any of that shit right there? No, I cannot. Okay, never mind then. The shit shall remain unharvested. Let's just not think about it. Seaweed, the weed of the sea. Gonna put it in the bong and smoke it free. Alright, so we got some seaweed. Don't smoke seaweed, kids. I'm pretty sure that'll kill you. I don't know. I saw this thing one time where these kids tried to smoke cactus out of a bong, and then they died, and I was just like, yeah, I don't think that that's how that works at all. So there's our seaweed. What did we need to make a bottle? We needed sticks and a rope. Okay. To make the spear, we needed sticks and that. In order to upgrade that, we needed some other stuff, but I'm not going to think about it for right now. I'm going to go down to the bottom right here. I'm going to grab some of this extra detritus before we go anywhere else, too. Just to make things a tad simpler. It does look like to me that stuff respawns when you sleep. Like, some of these things are looking all too familiar, and so I'm thinking everything comes back while you're sleeping so that you, like, have a supply. Like, you can do, like, an endless amount of stuff, basically, because I think the game is essentially just a sandbox for right now. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot to it aside from what we've seen so far and building the buildings that we have available. But anyways, we're just about out of time for the day, so my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Lost in Bermuda, or Bermuda Survival, Lost something, rather. Anyways, the game's not super impressive right now, but maybe it will be someday, and at the bare minimum, at least now it's on your radar so that you know it exists. If you want to see a little bit more, let me know down below in the comments. Other than that, I will see you all next time. Thank you for stopping on in. If you want to get the game for yourself, I will, of course, as always, have a link down below for you. And then if you like what I do, check out my Twitch stream. I stream every day at 3 p.m. at twitch.tv/SplatterCatGaming, where I tend to show off the games in length that we've been doing on the channel. So I'll see y'all later. Hi, do everybody. Bye-bye.